It's a bright, shiny Monday morning, which means we get a bright, shiny new Jimquisition. I almost said Jim Sterling. Anyway, we get a bright, shiny new Jimquisition. And that makes me want to talk about something. One of my most popular videos on my channel right now is my digital versus physical video. A video in which I've seen all manner of stupidity upon. There was literally one dude that commented, well, with digital purchases, you don't have to pay taxes. Yeah, you do. Unless you live in a country or a state like New Hampshire that doesn't tax stuff, you have to pay taxes. That's why now, whenever I go to buy something on my any PS console, it's got extra stuff on it, because it used to not do the tax stuff. It used to just be like, oh, it's $9.99, pay $9.99. Now it's like, here's your extra tax. That pisses me off. But the digital versus physical thing, it's an argument that most gamers don't understand. So I'm going to see if I can break it down. As the wind is blowing extremely hard, I might not upload this. I like this new camera though, it looks really nice. These gamers, these quote-unquote gamers, don't get that the way that digital works is you don't own anything. I have a bookshelf full of video games that belong to me. The only way I lose said video games is if I give them away, I sell them, or if I lose them because someone stole them, or if the house fucking burns down and they're destroyed. Outlying all those variables, they're mine. Forever. Or at least until I die. But they belong to me. They're my property. I can do whatever I want with them at any given time. There's never a situation where I go, oh, I can't play this thing I bought because someone else said so. With digital purchases, it's not the same. And I've made this argument in my digital versus physical video, in which I showed you guys Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. It's on my 360. It's going to stay on my 360, because as long as it's on my 360, I have a copy of it. I don't technically own it, but I can play it if I want to. There are people out there that can't play it because some cunt somewhere decided to let a license end or something got messed up, and now it's not available for download. You can't download it anymore. It doesn't fucking exist. That's the issue that a lot of gamers have with digital. It's at any given time, you can just have someone else that has nothing to do with your existence go, oh, you can't have that thing you paid money for. That's not fair. That's not good. And I don't think gamers fucking get it. I don't think they understand it. There are a lot of nuances going here that many of you don't want to accept. It pisses me off. Hell, one of my subscribers, Adam, he also has a Switch, and he's constantly complaining about the dumb shit that happens with Switch when it comes to multi-platform titles. For instance, you take the Bayonetta 2 port. Unless you buy a specific version of it that's outlandishly priced now, you're not getting both games physically. You'll get, if you buy it brand new, you'll get one game on the card and you'll get another that's a digital code. If I'm going into a fucking store and paying for a copy of a game, I want to have that game physically. I want to be able to play that game at any time without the need to download anything. This is the reason I didn't buy the Spyro trilogy remastered. I'm not going to pay fucking money for 1/3 of a collection. I'm just not. It's bullshit. It's horseshit. It's fucking stupid. And you goddamn gamers that just keep on going, oh well, I'll still spend money on it. You're the problem. You've got, what is it he was complaining about? I think he mentioned that Wolfenstein Youngbloods is going to come to the Switch. And if you go into a store and buy it, you get a box with a digital code in it. My problem isn't just that they would do that, but it's every single fucking gamer that goes, oh well, I'll still spend money on it. Do you realize what happens when you do that? Do you understand the ramifications of such an action? Do you get that you are perpetuating this nonsense with your purchase? Recently you had EA going, oh, they're not loot boxes, they're surprise mechanics. And immediately I lost all interest whatsoever in Jedi Fallen Order. Why? Because I don't want to perpetuate their bullshit. I'm not going to buy Jedi Fallen Order. I'm not going to spend a goddamn dime on it. And if you have any fucking integrity whatsoever, you do the same. But you don't. You'll buy it, And then you'll bitch, oh no, there's loot boxes. They're not loot boxes. They're surprise mechanics. That's what pisses me off. Fucking wind. Just a second. Stare at the ceiling. Oh my god, the wind. I can't light my cigarette when the wind is blowing. My problem isn't just the digital physical argument. Oh, the wind stopped. I gotta get a new lighter. My problem isn't just the digital versus physical argument. It's also that you have these dumbass fucking gamers that don't realize that by perpetuating this nonsense, you're making it worse. Back in the day when DLC was a thing, I was like, this is a slippery slope. And it became a fucking slippery slope. Because DLC led the way to microtransactions, which led the way to loot boxes. Because you keep buying it, you keep it going. If you would just have some goddamn sense and stop spending money on this horse shit, it would stop. But you don't. Do you guys remember when the Xbox One was touting itself as being a DMR-laden mess? Do you remember how the outrage of gamers caused them to completely backpedal on that shit? Do you realize how people weren't buying the Xbox because they're like, it needs the Kinect, and then they sold the thing without the Kinect? You have a voice. You have power. Stop acting like you're a goddamn slave to this fucking industry. You're pissing me the fuck off. I see these dumb motherfuckers all the time on the internet just going, oh man, I hate this, but I'll still buy it. That's the problem. It's not just these greedy corporations that are doing this fucked up shit. It's you. Please understand this. You have power. You have the ability to change things. Because without your money, this industry tanks. There was a video game crash years and years ago because people stopped purchasing shit. Guess what? You can crash it again. I know, everybody's like, but I like my video games. I fucking like them too. But at the same time, I have a fucking backbone. Okay? I stated a long time ago I was not going to purchase DMC, Devil May Cry, for any money whatsoever. And I didn't. I only finally played it and experienced its awfulness in person when I got it for free with a buy two get one free deal at GameStop. Also, fuck GameStop. But the problem is that gamers are stupid. You're fucking stupid. Every single day, stupid shit shows up in this industry. And you have people that will go online and bitch about it incessantly and complain about it and do nothing to fix the problem. Just close your fucking wallet. Take your credit card information off your account and let things go dead for a while and see if things don't change. The problem is, though, you'd have to do this on a large scale. You'd have to have enough people with enough backbone and intellectual ability to be able to stop themselves from doing this shit. And that's the problem. This day, the entire industry is oversaturated with these dumb motherfuckers that are into this instant gratification. But it's convenient. It's going to be really fucking convenient when you get the Stadia, a digital streaming system thing. It's going to be real fucking convenient when you purchase this and pay for it and start paying to play these games. And then suddenly you can't play the games that you paid money for because a license runs out, or because a service ends, or because somebody somewhere said, oh, you can't do this. Does anybody remember OnLive? Does anyone remember OnLive? Do you remember that shit? Do you remember how much money you paid for it? Do you know how you can't play it now? Yeah, fuck off. I'm just so fucking fed up with not just the industry itself, but the dumb fucking rodents that infest its lower bowels. I am tired of these dumb, weak-minded fucking gamers that will just sit back and go, I don't particularly like that, but I'll still give you my money. You're an idiot. You're a fucking moron. I don't feel bad for the things I say on camera. I don't feel bad when I say digital-only gamers are weird, because you are weird. Nowhere else in existence have I ever understood this. I don't get it for movies, I don't get it for music, I don't get it for books, because I still like to buy all of these things physically. I like to buy movies and have them. I like to get a DVD. I like to get a CD. If it's a book that I really want to read, I'll get it hardback. I'll get it in paper form because I have it. It's mine. I can fucking have it. And I'm never going to run into an instance where a license ends and suddenly I can't access it anymore. That's bullshit. But most of you don't get it because most of you don't give a fuck. Well, you can still have your physical games. My digital purchases aren't affecting you at all. Are you sure about that? Are you fucking sure about that? Because I'm pretty sure your dumb, stupid shit affects me. It's an extremely windy day. Holy fuck, is it windy. It's very windy. I am sick and tired of this mentality of, I'll get mine. Because that's the thing that's always pissed me off. If I can make another sexual analogy, you have these weak bitch-ass men that are like, I don't care as long as I get mine. And that's why you have a bunch of women making jokes about never having orgasms on the internet. It's because you're a bitch. And you only care about getting yours and you never satisfy her. That's what's happening when you make digital purchases. You're getting your gratification, but you're also fucking over other people's enjoyment. How does that work, Brett? Because the more you perpetuate it, the more you spend money on digital shit and show the industry how little of a fuck you give about actual ownership of the game, the less and less they want to do physical releases. That's why I wait. That's why I'm still waiting on an opportunity to play Cuphead, because I want it physically. I want it in card or disc form so that I have it. I don't like downloading games. I have downloaded digital titles that I can only get digitally. For instance, I own Hollow Knight on PS4 and Xbox One. And I was about to buy it on Switch when one of my subscribers was like, hey, don't buy Hollow Knight on Switch. I'm going to send you a physical of it. Which is, I think, one of my birthday gifts that should come, I don't know, eventually. That's the thing. That's why I am happy and grateful to my friend Kevin for sending me the limited run of Shadow Warrior 2, which I need to get back to playing. Why did I stop playing that? Oh yeah, my PS4 fucked up. I should get back to playing that. I like digital in the extent that if it's something I can't get physically, I'll get it. But every single time I have an opportunity to get something physically, I go with the physical copy. The only times I've bought things digitally is for like a double dip situation. Like I own Dead Space physically on PS3. I used to have it on 360 and then swapped to the PS3. And then I downloaded it on 360 because I was like, oh fuck my DLC. But this is the problem with this industry. It's not just the industry. It's the gamers too. You're a bunch of dumb fucks. You constantly bitch and moan about everything, but you never do anything to fix the problem. You will just sit there and be slaves to a system that doesn't fucking care. Never realizing that you have the lifeblood of the industry in your fucking bank account, in your wallet. Without you spending a dime, the industry stops. You have these CEOs and these executives at EA that are so desperately clawing towards their gambling mechanics that they think we're so ignorant to rebrand it as surprise mechanics. In that instance, I would completely and utterly support anybody wanting to pirate EA games from now on and calling it surprise ownership. Why? Because fuck EA. I am so sick and tired of not just the industry's bullshit, but the gamers as well. It's your fault. It's always been your fault. And I'm not completely innocent. I've spent money on a few microtransactions here and there. I ain't never bought a goddamn loot box, and you can take that shit to the bank. I've spent money on microtransactions, and I can think of two prominent games I did it in. One game was a game I have on the Kindle called Dead Trigger. It's a first-person shooter, which I don't think exists anymore because I can't find it in the store to download it on my new phone. But I have it on my Kindle, so I own it at least in some form. I spent $9 on Dead Trigger because it was such a slow burn game, wanting me to slowly build up and all this. And I know they tricked me, but I spent $9 on it, got some cash, got some gold, unlocked all my shit, unlocked the guns I want, powered them up, and now I just play it whenever I want to and blow zombies away, and it's fun. It's a lot of fucking fun. The other game that I spent a few bucks on microtransactions in was Dead Space 3. And I liked Dead Space 3. Fuck all you faggots that didn't. Yes, I understand that the weapon building system was designed specifically around the microtransactions, but at the same time, you still didn't need to spend money, and it was still an enjoyable game. And in the instance of it being harder because you didn't pay for microtransactions, that goes really well hand in hand with it being sort of survival horror. So shut the fuck up for a minute. But I spent some money on those. I bought some things here and there. I paid for some DLC for some special bits to go on my guns. So I'm not completely innocent in it. But at the same time, I will go out of my way to not purchase things if they piss me off. The Spyro Reignited trilogy is a fucking shit show. You're paying for one game on the disc, and the other two, which are apparently garbage, because my friend Tiffany lambasted that fucking game. She was so pissed off about it. You pay for one game on the disc, and you have to download the other two, which is horseshit. I don't want to have to deal with 20 years only having one game on my Reignited trilogy because I can't download it anymore. Do you think that the Xbox One service is going to last forever? Is that a fucking train? That is a fucking train. I live closer to the tracks now. It's going to be really loud. Fuck. First the wind, now a train. Anywho. That was a fast train. That was a very fast train. What the fuck? Was that like 2 cars? Anywho. I'm not going to keep supporting this bullshit, and you shouldn't either, but most of you are dumb motherfuckers who don't care about the industry at large so long as you can get what you want, so it's not ever going to get any better. I'm directly calling you out, you dumb fucking gamers that do this nonsense, you dumb bitches that don't give a shit about the artistic integrity of the industry that a lot of us have grown up with and learned to love. I'm calling you out. You're a piece of shit. If you're one of these people that pays for loot boxes, microtransactions, you download everything digitally and you never want to own anything, you're actively fucking it up for the rest of us. You may not think you are, but you are. And I think you're a piece of shit for it. I have no remorse in saying that. I don't ever feel bad for the things I say because I'm honest and I don't sugarcoat anything. You're a piece of shit. Get the fuck out of my industry. Get the fuck out of my hobby. Go do something else. Seriously, I don't fucking want you here. A lot of us don't fucking want you here. It's you dumb motherfuckers that do this shit that ruin everything. You bitches that are like, oh no, I got a digital code in the box. Well, I'll just play it. Instead of taking that shit back to the store and getting your money back and demanding better from an industry that needs your money. They need you. You don't need them. You can always find something new to spend your time with. And if you really want to fuck them over, there are fucking thousands of games out there now that you can play. You can buy them used. You can get them off of Amazon, eBay. You don't need to buy new stuff. You don't need to buy new stuff for a while. I've got a huge backlog of games that I'm never going to fucking finish. Ever. I could stop buying new games right now and be set for life with all the games I've accumulated in my collection. But you won't do that. You see the nice shiny new product and you see these big digital deluxe editions. Fuck that too. And you're like, I'll spend money on that. Fuck you. Sincerely, fuck you. I hate you. You're a piece of shit. You're a dumb fucking idiot. I am sick and tired of these bitch-ass gamers. I am sick and tired of these people that don't comprehend quality, ownership, games preservation. You realize that, right? Like Jim mentioned in his video, when it comes down to them like streaming games to us, at a certain point they're not going to be releasing these things physically in any form, shape, or fashion. And if they're streaming it to you, there's no way to actually download it to your system, so you don't have it at all. So when they want to, they can just take it away from you. What are you going to fucking do? You paid money for something you can't have anymore. Oh well, fuck you. I don't want that future. That's why for years I've been bitching about an all-digital future. And I think people like Rich of Review Tech USA, who I haven't watched in a long time, fuck that guy too. I think he's a dumb fuck. He flip-flops all the time. He used to say, oh, the Wii U's the best, and then he shit all over it. I've always shit on the Wii U. I still hate my Wii U. I like a few games I've got on it, but it's a piece of shit console. And the Switch is amazing. But fuck the Switch too for all this bullshit they keep doing with these multi-platform games. Put the whole goddamn game on the cart. And if it's a problem with the cart, like, oh, there's not enough memory, make bigger carts. Because I don't want to buy any of these games on your fucking system that I can't have the whole thing for. You know? It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. And your dumb motherfucking gamer asses keep perpetuating it. But oh well. I'm just some asshole who barely has any subscribers that watch his things. But you know I'm right. Take care. Maybe have some dignity. Maybe have some backbone. Maybe grow the fuck up and realize that you have the ability to change things. If you try. And if not, fuck you.